Welcome back. You're listening to LaRue's Weather on LaRue's blog on blogspot.com. You're also listening to my weather forecast on LaRue's Weather on Facebook and through the YouTube videos. My name is John LaRue, and I am a master's graduate student in atmospheric science and geographic information sciences. First thing I want to point out today is what's left of Tropical Depression Debbie, which has finally succumbed to the wind shear. The low-level circulation has become elongated due to the heavy wind shear. If we notice here, the convective activity is still being blown off of the low-level center. And in the latest frame, we're seeing that there is elongation of that low-level warm core. We're also noticing that the upper-level component of Debbie has finally decoupled from the low component. And that's to the point where the circulation became so tilted that it completely decoupled in the mid to upper levels. So I want to show you the big component. First of all is the heavy wind shear that's over Tropical Storm Debbie as we speak. This wind shear is only going to get a little bit worse for Debbie, but Debbie should be tracking south out into the Atlantic, and we may see brief regenesis of the storm before it finally succumbs to the wind shear. We're going to look at convergence, which shows that where your thunderstorm activity is, where there's converging air at the surface, is no longer even located at the center, but is now east of the center. And any upper level outflow, which would be the equivalent of a chimney exhaust for a fireplace, any outflow is now located east of that center of circulation. And in this last diagram, I just want to show that the circulation has become elongated, and we're probably seeing the last moments of this tropical system. And this tropical system is not expected to get any closer to land. It's run its course. It's dropped the bulk of its precipitation over Florida, and we should be seeing the last little bits of this tropical system make its way out into the ocean this evening. So we're going to switch to the geopotential height levels. And with the geopotential height, as you can see, this is for the next 10 days. Red indicates higher than usual heights. Blue equals lower than usual heights. Where there's blue, you expect colder air. Where you expect red, you'd have warmer air. What you may notice is, first of all, over the Arctic, there's a steady state pattern of higher geopotential heights. But there's a change going on in the northeast quadrant of the Pacific. Now, the current pattern that's set up with this developing low geopotential height near the end of the forecast is not going to be very conducive for additional precipitation for the central to east Rocky Mountains. In fact, the current setup with that ridge over the northeast and Pacific has been more conducive for precipitation over the Rockies for this weekend. Any bit can help right now. Any bit could help that wildfire situation in Colorado. And there is a small synoptically supported system that is moving across the Rockies this weekend due to this, in the initial slides, the positive geopotential height anomaly. Now over the East Coast, this weekend, especially Friday, Saturday, is just going to be absolutely brutal. We're seeing the ridge across the Midwest migrate towards the east. This ridge will encapsulate the entire southeast, and we're expected to see near record to record high temperatures for Friday and Saturday. It's going to be absolutely brutal out there, so please take it easy, drink water, be careful when you're outside. Now on Sunday and Monday, we're having a stationary front sit just to our northwest of the area. This will be just conducive enough for convective shower activity in the afternoon, nothing big though. But we will start to see another ridge build across the southeast by the middle of next week. This is actually going to be the same pattern that shows up for a while, is this ridge over the Midwest, East Rockies, and Central Rockies, which the hottest weather will be located in this region. And occasionally the southeast is going to be encapsulated within that ridge, but not entirely and not for a prolonged period of time. So now we're going to the 300 millibar winds for the next 10 days. And what you notice right now is that there's actually a meridional flow wavy pattern across the Rocky Mountains, and especially across the central Rocky Mountains. Now, especially around that fourth slide, which represents Friday, Saturday, and going into Sunday, that is part of the reason of what that little system's going to do in terms of providing a little bit of rainfall. Every bit helps right now, but if you notice, the general theme of this forecast is there's a very zonal flow starting from the Pacific Northwest and entering into the central and east United States. Now, with this zonal flow, that's one, going to choke off any cold air advancements into the continental United States, and two, that's not going to be conducive for bringing heavy precipitation towards any region not in the northern tier of the United States or within the Pacific Northwest. So I'm expecting at least the next week to be very dry, only occasional convective activity Monday through Wednesday. But other than that, hot, sunny, humidity is going to be slightly higher. And other than that, that's the entrance to our summer weather pattern. So we're not going to see much of a change going on here for the next 10 days, other than that little blip on Sunday. So please, enjoy the weather. Thank you for tuning in to LaRue's Weather and LaRue's Weather Blog, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.